Alright, so my name is Brennan. My family had our belongings moved from the West Coast to the East Coast by U.S. prime movers. It took them over over 2 months to do this. We had their communication with us was spotty at best, with several multiple week gaps where we lost communication with them. This and like when this stuff finally arrived, I have the people, the movers didn't know that they were contracted by U.S. prime movers because they were so far down the chain, which is a stark contrast to what you see on the U.S. prime movers website, where they advertise as pretty clearly, early via their pictures and other stuff, that the people moving your belongings are U.S. prime mover personnel. Now, the people who were dropping this stuff off repetitively describe the people farther back in the chain of contracting acting as scammers. Now, when they dropped it off, they were in conditions like this. This one being squished down. This one being not squished from the top, but pushed in from the side. Their explanation was just bad packing. But like, as I'll show you in a moment, that simply doesn't hold to what's here. Next is our snake terrarium. Terrarium is badly beaten up. The back panel not only was ripped off, but the holes were reamed, and this part was ripped off, as you can see. Meaning that this thing, I'm not sure if it can be fixed. So now, also the glass panel that it had here, and we had wrapped up very well, simply didn't come. I probably broke, but I don't know. Next, I think the real telling thing is we have a couple of these desks. These desks are not the average cheap desks, but they're high quality, and they're rated. They're sit stand desks. They're rated for up to 500 pounds of weight. Real tough things. Now this one, on the leg down there is still on, but not here. It had one sort of bolt, and from the damage here, it was like torn off, like it's here, and then something happened that caused it to go zzz and tore off, and like that's not us doing bad packing. Like, the only thing that any of my family and I could imagine here that could produce that force is like a crash of some kind or something, but I don't know. That would explain why our boxes like that one are beat up. This one's not just beat up, it's beaten down. It's beaten from the side here. It's like here, here, and here. That's not just bad packing. It's beaten up there, beaten up there, side torn, beaten down. And for the record, this is how they brought them here too. We haven't moved any of these around out. So this is how they were when they arrived here. Like, yeah, this box is probably the most interesting piece of evidence. Let me see if I can get it here. It's hit in such a way that it kind of curves inward into this crescent. Like, it's like something hit it with such, like, there. It's all fractured in there. So there's that. Several things are missing too, like my heavy-duty industrial 3D printer that I use for work, and I use for personal projects of mine, just flat out didn't arrive. Same thing with the scooter that I take to and from work just flat out did not arrive. We received multiple things that were not ours, like a baby stroller, a baby bed, and and a table, all of which we notified the people of promptly. However, upon more careful examination, once the movers left, we noticed that there was this one, like this table. This table right here is not our table. This does not belong to us. It belongs to somebody else. But it's gone. But like the movers are gone, and like it's here, which means somebody else isn't going to get their table. Which makes you have to wonder, like, did somebody else get my 3D printer? Did somebody else get my scooter? And what's up there? And like that's an over $1,000 item, and it was a rugged thing. And next is my father's MSI computer here. This thing, we've plugged it in and tried to turn on, and it's turned from a can we turn it on and make it work to maybe to being so badly damaged that like it won't turn on, and we're now wondering if we can get anything off of the hard drives. And this computer, it's not like, again, we packed it really well. It was well packed, well cushioned. My father either works in computer science. He has a master's degree in the field. It was a well cushioned thing, and he knows exactly how to do this. Not only did we have it cushioned with bubble wrap and everything, but we also had it inside. I'd a mattress, not a mattress, but a blanket on top of that, adding extra cushioning. And so again, like, what happened here? Like that was like a $2,000 laptop. So what we're going to have to do is open up each one of these boxes, determine on top of what I've already mentioned, how much else is damaged, how much, like, what else is damaged, what else did we not get. Like, my family has a collection of old currency notes, old coins, old stamps from the late 1700s, it's 1800s and up into the 1900s. We have old notes like from the Weimar Republic, and notes from many different civilizations, banknotes, which were again pretty valuable. And like, based on this, I'm not sure that we got it. So we'll have to look through each one of them, and of course determine whether or not we received other people's stuff. And of course, like, if we find that, like, can we get it back to them? I mean, like, this is ridiculous. And we also got a big wad of the tape and stuff. That's the thing. They also taped up. They also took our boxes, and on some of them, like these, they like retaped it, hyper taped it up, but the tape got wadded. You got that. So it's like it looks like something out of the Looney Tunes cartoons. Like, another thing to go back, like when the movers came, they described the people behind them in the chain of being contracted as scammers, and was using that exact terminology. Now, one thing here is like less than 48 hours until they were scheduled to come, they sent us a message saying that we need to pay them $521 or so, like $527 for a shuttle truck, because our street is incapable of having a semi truck come on it. Now, we found this really weird, and it had already been two months spotty communication. So my family talked with them. So my father sent them a very strongly worded email after consulting with a lawyer, and then they said, okay, as a courtesy to you, we'll front the money for that, no problems. But when they came in a semi truck, and the mover said, no, there's no problems with semi trucks on our street. It it's perfectly fine conditions, which seems like they just made that up to get money out of us. Because again, they didn't come in a shuttle truck, and like if we paid them money, would they have come in a shuttle truck? Like, well, based on the movers, no. What the movers said, no. So, like, this is just fundamentally unacceptable. And the damages here are going to be well above of the policy. But like, I don't know what to do here. But just ask for the policy maximum. Hope not to. Yeah. Okay. I think I've really covered the damages here. Thank you very much. Goodbye.